I'm Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and we are at the funnest time of my day once we get to start an episode, and that's talking with a super cool human about who they are and how they live and what they do. In this show, Leaders Living Their Values. And we have Colton Havens with us today. Hey, Colton, how are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Mitchell? I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. Thanks. So tell me, or tell the audience, who are you?
I'm Colton Havens. I run a TikTok agency right now. I'm one out of 6 kids. I am from Delta, Colorado. So anywhere that has mountains in the Western Slope, I've lived in that state or been through it for a long period of time. So a mountain man, business mindset, and growth oriented, and definitely fun oriented too. So anytime we could talk about fun, I'm definitely there. I work hard to play hard.
Dude, I love that. So I met Colton at an event, um, Alex Singal's event called the Expert Summit. And it was powerful, good group of people, basically infopreneurs who are at different levels of the spectrum. But overall, the quality of people in the room were pretty spectacular. And, I bumped into Colton, and he's pretty similar age, to my son. I'm like, dude, I kind of like how you show up in the world. Why don't you come on my show? So that's why we're here. It's really interesting because when I say when I say to people, who are you? I kind of wanted the answer you gave. A lot of people say, well, I'm defined by my work. And one of the things I noticed about you is you're not defined by your work. You work and you're good at it, but you work so that you can do all the other stuff.
Yes, correct.
So,
Yep. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I guess the question, how'd you figure that out?
Okay, so that's a great question, dude. I don't know how many times I've been interviewed on things, and you're the first person to ask me that question. And it's an important pivoting moment in my life. Several years back, probably 10 years back now. I lose the kind of date, but right after high school, I did some stupid things like we all do. I ended up getting into an altercation with a friend of mine at the time. But at the end of it all, I ended up having to pay his medical bills. I was 18. The medical bills were substantial. I had to pay half. My half to pay was $14,000. So that was for just medical bills, all of the stuff they had to do after we got into our altercation. I had a scholarship to go wrestle, and I had just gotten the scholarship, and I'm sitting in the court, and they're like, hey, you got to do this. And then I was like, well, I will do it because my bad. Didn't mean to happen. And, they're like, okay, well, we'll let you go wrestle for a year. So they let me go wrestle for a year, and then they started calling me about bills. And so I go back home to start paying bills, and I started working in the oil field. Where I'm from, I went to high school in Vernal, Utah, and in Vernal, Utah, oil is big. So that's really the whole reason that that town exists, is for oil, okay? And I started making good money, especially for an 18-year-old. And I grinded out that month. That like next 6 months, I did nothing but work. Every single dime except for $200, I went back to pay for my medical bills so I could go back to college and wrestle. In this time, there was this one gentleman that showed me how to weld, how to drive cranes, operate crane machinery, showed me all of the tools and the trade. And I learned quick, and I worked hard. But there's one thing that I always ask myself while I was doing this is these people have been in the oil field for 30 years. These people are making anywhere from 100K to 300K a year working in the oil field. But I would ask myself, do I want his life? These guys are 40, 50, 60-year-olds working in the oil field 12 days a week. I mean, that's what it feels like. 12 days a week, waking up at 6 a.m. or leaving the house at 4 a.m. so you could be on site by 7 a.m. type situations. And I just asked myself, do I want that person's life? And 9 times out of 10, it was no. I didn't want their life. I did not want that life at 60. I didn't want that life. And so with that question in mind, I started asking that question with anybody that I listened to. So anybody that was giving me advice about anything, the question was, do I want their results? Do I want the life they live? And once I kept that question, that's where I found personal development. That's where I started moving into the entrepreneur world, because I want to listen to the people that are driving the Ferraris, that are vacationing around the world, and they have total freedom to do everything they want. They're like, the conversations with them are like, oh, I just got back from Egypt for 2 months, dude. It was so much fun. We just stayed another month out there, and now I come back to the US. And those were the conversations that I started finding more and more. I'm like, whoa, how are you doing that? What are you doing this? And that one question pivoted me over into marketing, because everybody that was living the life I wanted was in marketing and sales. And then that's when I had made the decision of like, this, I'm going to be really good at this. This is what I have to be good at. So I don't have to work a couple hours a day, and then I get to do whatever else I want the rest of the day.
Yeah. By the way, the great question. I remember asking myself that same question when I was young. Like, do I want to do this the rest of my life? And the big difference, though, is when I was young versus when you were young. Some would argue that you're still young. Some might argue that I'm still young. We didn't have the access to the tools, technologies. I mean, you've been running your TikTok agency for 3 months, and you're killing it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It's so officially 3 months. Yeah. So yeah, killing it in this space is I wouldn't say I'm killing it, because I just came from an event where someone only 2 years older than me is doing 100 times X what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But they've
Well, wait,
also
hey,
been in
I'm
the
interrupting you. I'm interrupting you because for a reason. We've got all these marketing cookie cutter approaches. Like we've been told that driving a Ferrari, and we see those pictures of success. I don't want to drive a Ferrari. Me personally. I mean, I don't. It. You know, the life you live when we were talking is you do your work in a couple hours in the morning, and then you go to the ski slope, right? Or you're
Yes.
playing COD, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's now if you were 10xing, which by the way, you got a great business at the moment. If you're 10xing, all the other stuff that doesn't feel like it's. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't feel like it's you.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because right now I live a life where I designed it. Basically, I just took my expenses, and I was like, hey, as long as I can make that amount of money and a little bit more than that, and I can do whatever I want to be doing, I'm pretty set.
That's all I was
That's how I
thinking.
started.
And so, all right. So, do I want to live like other people? I do. How long do you want that? I mean, when is the bigger goals coming? Or are you okay? By the way, I'm asking this question with that it's okay to live this way for decades, right? So,
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that might change in my life is a family of some time, and that will be the shifting point. So
that
until that point, I kind of just I'm working to play.
yeah, interesting. And so how many days a week do you ski when you can?
Pretty close to 5 days a week. Take a
Nice.
rest day. Some days are harder than others, and really it's just when I want to go. Me and my friend, we go up and ski. This year, I mean, we probably have close to 100 days of skiing, and then there's a whole nother month when I get back too, because it's snowing today over there. So we've crazy. This year has gotten 800 inches of snow. If you're not a skier, that's double the amount of usual for the entire year. And sometimes we were getting 100 inches a week, 50 inches every 3 days, something crazy like that. So as a snower, it's the best season in 10 years. And I've only been skiing for about 2 years since I really started the online, since I really started doing everything online and is actually making good money, enough money.
Tell me what. So when you and I were talking. What got me excited? You've only been doing your TikTok agency for 3 months, and you're younger in your profession. And what I'm going to say is your attitude towards your clients and how you support them. Why don't you talk about that for a little bit? Because that's really, to be credible, you're a servant leader, and you didn't have to say anything. How do you go about supporting when a client comes to you, right? This is not a subtle, hey, you should sell your business. This is more of like, what should, if you're looking for a service provider, I'd like people to be thinking about the types of things you do.
Okay. Well, first things first for me is you lead with your heart. So you're a true teacher or you're a true carer. And you can just tell right off the bat. So, granted, we all want to make money and we're going to, but if the conversation starts out with how much money can we make, we're already done. I'm already done. So I've been in the game too long to know that you're basically a shark at that point. So you're doing anything for a dime. So when we come in and we start talking about the client journey or the customer journey or the people that you've already helped, and we start talking about what you teach and how you teach it and the problems that your clients are having, and you and I are talking about your clients, then I know you're a fit, because we're talking about just reaching more clients and having more of an impact on the people that we reach. Because with marketing, it's such a double-edged sword. You can use the same tactics and be really good and spread more love across the world, or you could use it to manipulate and scam people. So it's really a double-edged sword. And in this industry, you have to determine those two different things. And I've been in the game long enough to have been bitten by the snake more than one time, because I was just young, ambitious, and I'm ready to go. And I take action, and people are like, oh, hey, if I help this young man out, and things have turned out bad for me. So the conversations are just first starting leading with their heart. What are you trying to help with? What are the problems that you're solving? And then after that, we can go into the marketing side of that, and it just slowly progresses into the marketing side, and then we're going to systems and then offers. So have you already sold this to somebody? Have people already buying it? What have you tried already to get more people in? Because at the end of the day, we just need more people. And if we can get more people, most of our problems will be solved. Now, if we do get people, can they pay you easily? That's the next question, because especially in the online world, we think it's like fairies and rainbows, like it's just magical that money shows up, and money comes from real people. I'm just able to reach a lot more of those real people with videos and marketing. But at the end of the day, you're still going to get face to face with somebody, whether it's on a Zoom call like this or on the phone or in person. And you're going to say, hey, you buy this for me for this much money. Yes or no? And that's where money comes from. I just can attract way more people using marketing strategies and tactics, and TikTok is a great place right now to get real live people to get on a call with you, to buy products from you. And then you can automate it from there. But I think people, when they get into the online space, they forget that it's another person on the other side of this screen that's taking out a credit card and buying something. So, that's my approach to it. And I've done face-to-face sales. I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of reps of face-to-face sales in a photography franchise that I ran before this. So sales is something that I got really good at. And also I was a kiosk guy, so I got really good at it. So I got rejected millions of times, probably. I don't know exactly how many, but I did do the numbers, and I've done over 500,000 plus of face-to-face contact sales in my time.
Wow. 500,000 face-to-face contact sales. Yeah, you probably were rejected at least 2 million times.
Yeah, at
Right?
least. Because when I book a place of business, when I was doing my photography sales, the requirements was a minimum of 300 to 500 people per day walking in the door. And then you have holidays and Black Friday, and that's literally thousands of people per day. So, and sometimes the malls were just really busy, and I get thousands of people per day. And the slow days was like 300 to 500 a day. So I did the math of a minimum of 300 people, 6 days a week, times 6 years or something. It was like 600,000 total reps. And that's me actually stopping you and showing you it. That's not you just saying no as you walk by. That's like, I'm doing the full rep, and I was just being conservative. So I've probably done more than that. But
Now, what's your best from a marketing perspective for you personally? What's your best marketing technique? I know you've got a 5-day challenge. By the way, I just signed up as a VIP yesterday, so you'll see me. Congratulations. And so actually talk to me. What should I expect? Well, two questions, so we'll do both. One, tell me about what is your best sort of marketing technique, and then as a client or as someone who is thinking about TikTok, for many of us, is yet one more technology, right? So first, let's talk about you and like what do you do? And because I liked, just so you know, what I liked before is when you sat down with a client and good or bad, dubious or credible, right? Good, stay away from dubious. We all make mistakes. And then credible, it's really about, here's what you said. Who do you serve? How do they get served? Have you done it successfully before? Okay, this is how we reach them. How do you do that for yourself?
so for myself, it's funny how as like a server, a lot of times it's hard to serve yourself. So doing it for yourself, I hire coaches because I get out of my head, and they're like, well, if I can take someone else's business and I can scale it. I don't know why. There's no like emotion attached, and I just do the bare facts and I can market. It's always harder to market yourself when you start for some reason. But what you do is you start back from the basics. You get clear on who you want to serve, their pain points, their problems. So that way, when I turn on the camera and I start talking, I'm calling them out. So the first step is to start talking to one person with one problem and give them one solution. And then you're going to do that until you make a sale. So especially in the organic world, in organic marketing, it's about volume. It's not an ad. An ad like a TikTok ad or a Facebook ad. You do one perfect video in a way, one video where you got to like have it perfect, and then you run paid money behind it to convert. On organic, it's volume over one, so people can get different many angles about who you are and what you do, to eventually they know that they like you to make the purchase, and get inside your world, get into your funnel, or become a list, or download something that you offered, right? But it's you talk to one person about one problem, and then you let them know that you solve it. If you can talk about a problem better, or just describe the problem better than anybody else, the people listening think you have the solution. So one of the first things to do is just literally create videos talking about the problem that your current client is. You don't even have to give solutions about it. You're just going to explain that pain point, and you just massage the pain point until people are messaging you, or you're going to see them in the comments. They're like, you're talking about me. You're talking about me right now. That's me. So it's like, listen, you got your camera, right? You bought the camera, you got the expensive lights, you got the mics, you've said hit camera action, and then you go, what do I say? What am I going to even say in this video? And then you hit stop recording, you close your laptop, you turn the camera off, and you go eat dinner. And then that's the last time you try to do any marketing for your business, because it's too overwhelming. Now you're like, oh, what about editing? Now you're like, oh, I got expensive editor too. No. Well, if they don't have any videos for you to edit, then there's no reason to do it. So get clarity, and then rinse and repeat. Do the reps. Start saying it over and over and over again, because what happens when we start making videos and start publishing videos regularly, this is why I always tell people to do organic, because if it's a bad video organically, no one sees it anyways. People only see the good videos you make. People do not see the bad ones. They see the good ones, because the good ones get reach. The bad ones don't go anywhere. So I don't know why everybody's so scared. They think they're going to make a bad video and millions of people are going to see it. Well, if you're lucky, yes, because that's the whole point. But it's not going to happen that way. So the people are only going to see the good videos, and you only get good videos from repetition of doing bad ones. So that's how I start. So, and for me, my own ads, my own videos and stuff. I'm right now, I've done everything 100% organic. So this will be the year that I turn on the paid strategy for myself and for my clients. So I can really just add fuel to the fire that's already working, and that's worked for, the last couple of years for me. So
when, how many clients do you have at the moment? Or is that something you're comfortable talking about?
yeah, I got 8 right now.
So with 8 clients, what is the plan? How do you enroll them? How do they get excited? What should they expect? Let's say you've only been doing this a quarter. So what should they expect in quarter 1 or quarter 2 or quarter 3? What are you helping them understand?
So it depends on the person. So do you have an offer? Do you know your messaging? That's problem number 1. Most people don't know either of those things.
Wow.
So, and it could take us.
Is that do you mind if I just say wow? Okay. Wow.
Right. Yeah. If you already know those 2 things, you're ahead of 90% of people in your industry. So, because I do this stinking circle with people. So a lot of times, and really, so the first quarter, if you don't have those 2 things, dude, we're going to just throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and try a bunch of different angles and see what sticks and see what people resonate with. And then we can run with that. Okay. If you already know your pain points of your customer and you have your offer, then the marketing side of it becomes really easy. So, and the growth is incredible. I mean, I have one client right now that, I mean, I call her my baby because she's been in the world. She's a Spanish teacher. She's been working with Spanish coaches. Her pain points was, hey, high school Spanish didn't teach me anything. And I have family members that speak Spanish on the Thanksgiving, and I can't even talk to my grandma because I don't know Spanish. That pain point alone blew up the channel. And then we just ran with that pain point only. And that went from 0 to 600,000 followers in 2 months because we understood the pain point. And I just kept running the pain point over, pain point, because people think you do it once and then you make a bunch of money. This is the problem you have. Until they're like, dude, quit hitting me. I know it. Well, get over here. I got the solution. And then they come over and they're like, thank you so much for being persistent. Okay. But then I have other people. Yeah. What's that?
Okay. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
This sounds like marketing.
You have the other.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And then you have the other ones where they're like, I want to make money. I was like, hey, what do you sell? Who do you sell it to? I don't know. Shit. Okay. Well, start making some videos and send them to me. Because once you start opening your mouth and you letting this flow come through over and over again, you start getting rid of all the hums and the haws, and your messaging starts to flow out. Then people are like, oh my gosh, dude, hey, you're talking to me. And that just comes from pure repetition. Most people haven't done enough reps to even realize who they sell or who they help. They think they have a business and haven't made any money because they don't know what they offer and who they help. And even if someone got in front of you right now and said, I have money, what do you sell? They would go, I don't know. My business is complicated. And that's the problem. They don't go, well, my offer is $1,000, sir. You will get X, Y, and Z. Do you want to start today? Yes, I do. Excellent. Thank you for the 1,000. And we'll get started. That simple transition most people don't ever do. And that's where the money comes from. Marketing is just getting you more opportunities to do that exchange.
That's fascinating. You've just given me a really good aha moment. Thank you. Because, dude, what we do in the Ultimate Credibility Bootcamp, I never really articulated the pain point the way you just did. So I've got this product. It's $2K. It's a 2-day virtual event, and it solves the problem that you have. Like that problem you just articulated, when somebody can't articulate their customer's pain point and they don't, it doesn't show up in terms of how they show up in person or how they show up online. That's what we do with the boot camp. And I don't think I've ever said it that way. So, okay, done. Thanks. I guess
Yeah,
I'll
if
have to
someone's
join your, yeah, thanks for VIPing me live.
you're welcome, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it. That's big. That's most people's biggest pain points. I mean, business comes from, do you want this for this much money? That's basic business. And all the funnels and the emails and the ads and the blah, 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 blah. Dude, can you get in front of somebody right now and make a sale? Let's say they want to buy it right now. Can you do that?
Now,
90% of people
Colton,
can't.
but so Colton, here's what's fascinating to me, right? The people who are coming to you now are ready to put money down and get out there, and you help them fine tune. When you generically ask a person, let me say a couple of things. Are you credible? Yeah, of course. Are you accountable? Yeah, of course. Do you know your product and can you sell it? Yeah, of course. Right. I mean, so they're going to say yes until you put them on the spot.
Correct.
And that's the piece is I still have to fine tune this a little bit. Right.
So it'd be like this. It'd be like this, Mitchell. It'd be like, hey, all right, Mitchell, I'm ready to buy your product. Where is it? How much is it? How do I buy it? And you would say what?
Oh, that one's easy. Oh, I actually have, let me give you the link. It's ultimatecredibilitybootcamp.com. And, Karen, thank you. Go here, put in the information, and you will then get a series of follow-up steps of how to prepare so that you can get the most out of the 2-day boot camp.
Okay, good. That's pretty good. That's way better than most people. Way better than most people.
Yeah, but what I'm going to say now is I didn't even say it, but I will bundle in your issue. And I think I'll start, I'll probably do a couple of videos really shortly. I'll make them prepared for next week's. You're doing a TikTok challenge next week. You might as well share that. And you do this on a pretty regular basis, like I do the boot camp on a regular basis. You might as well share that because I'm going to do videos that are very simple. Hey, listen, you pay for a service or you get in front of I like your example. A customer's in front of you with money in hand and they ask what you do and you can't tell them. Got that.
Yep.
That's it. Let me tell you how you could tell them what to do and how to move on from there. That's exactly what the boot camp does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the important part. Yeah. And so inside the challenge, I just show you how to use TikTok videos to get in front of millions of people. So that way you have more chances to ask that question. Using completely free organic strategies. And my ways are very, very simple. My trainings are 30 minutes or less. You're in, you're out, go do it. Come back to me after you do it. And I know you didn't do it because you're asking me the wrong questions. You'll start asking me the right questions because you did the work. And so I can weed people out right away. Like, go do the work, dude. Go watch the 20-minute video I made you. Go on. Because I come from a world of online courses where it's like 2 hours, 3 hours long. And you're like, I'm a business owner, dude. I got 2 hours to sit down and watch this training. Well, that's why I'm like, hey, as a business owner, look, 30 minutes of your time. I'm going to make it live. I'm going to make it fun. Buy the recordings if you want. I'm going to make this a short, sweet, straight to the point, tactical. Go do this and come back to me. If you know, and then that's how I do it. Boom, boom, boom. I have people making lots of money just making it for my first 2 days. If you make it the first 2 days, you basically have everything you need to scale and make money. The other days are just added trainings on top of it. But the first 2 days, those are really all you need.
Hey, could you put in just share the URL for the 5-day challenge? And for those who, if you're watching this live, you'll be able to get access to this this month. If you've seen a repeat version, Colton at the moment's doing this. You're doing this monthly, right?
Well, yeah. Well, right now I have been.
Well, let's say once a quarter. Let's say, because that's kind of what I've settled on is ended up doing my outreach program. So we'll say once a quarter, right? As long as you've got your agency, you'll probably do it once a quarter, something like that. So
yeah,
for those,
sometimes the agency's taking a lot of time, so that's why I don't do the challenge. So
I'll put this in the social media places. It's 100K, 100K views.yescolton.com. So I'll make sure that those are that information will also be there. Hey, Colton, is there a question that you think I should have asked you that I didn't, or is there something else you want to cover that we didn't cover?
Post the video right now. That's your first step. You haven't done enough videos. So everybody's like, where do I start? You start with picking up your phone, posting the videos you already have in your phone on the platform you already know. Start right now. You don't have to make a new video. You don't even have to be in the video. You don't have to talk in the video. You do have to post videos. So you can start right now with the video already in your phone. You got food videos, you got dog videos, you got videos of you hanging out with your family, you got videos where your heart is already. People film things that make their heart warm. Post them because other people have those same things. Then we can get into marketing. Do that for 14 days in a row, then get back to me and we'll talk marketing. Because first of all, I need the habit of posting, and then we can go marketing strategy.
I love that. This is a quote I'm putting into Facebook. Just post videos where people can see. Actually, I'm going to say see and feel your heart.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's you want to market in today's world. There are many strategies, but a strategy that works, a strategy you need to focus on is posting videos where people can see and feel your heart. Dude, yep. Perfect. Thank you. I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Is there anywhere else in terms of people reaching out to you? Is that the best? They just go to 100kviews.yescolton.com.
Yeah. The only other place right now, just go to Colton Havens on Facebook. That's where I'm at. I'm a real, just DM me, like just talk to me like a person. You got questions, message me. You need answers, message me. You know what I mean? If it turns into us wanting to work together, we will. If it turns in, I'll figure out what you need based off the questions you ask me.
Colton, man, thank you for showing up and being you. I loved the talk. I'm looking forward to the feedback that I get from others, and because we went live, we end up getting a lot of post views as well. And I'm excited to see how people react. I'm looking forward to your event next week too.
Yeah, bro, it's going to be fun. I appreciate your patience with my technical difficulties today. So
that's really okay. We got to see you. And listen, this is now your chance to spread some cred dust. Colton's pretty cool. If you don't think so, I certainly think so. So, and yes, my producer Garen Parkin says absolutely worth the wait. So worth the wait. So spread some cred dust. Click on the like button. Share with your friends. Take that aha moment that you said, "Oh yeah, I haven't done a video in maybe a month or two." Like Colton says, like I've done a couple today. I probably still haven't done enough. Right. So spread some cred dust. Colton, thank you so much. Thanks you all for coming and joining us. Really appreciate you being part of the Leaders Living Their Values series. Take care, everyone. See you next episode. Bye now.
Love you.